Hi there and welcome back to listbuilding-secrets.com, how to generate massive profits with list building. I'm Jim Abernethy and this is free training video number 13. Today we'll be learning about how to set up a sequence of emails for your list and where to find good content to place in your emails. Now this video replaces the video I'd spoken of in the last, which was we were going to look for related products to promote to our list. Sorry folks, I had forgotten that we also needed to do this one. So the video about the related products will be the next in line, okay? Right, so here's what you're going to learn in this video today. I'm going to show you how to find valuable free information to share with your subscribers. Now when I say valuable, it's information that is valuable to your subscriber. Not necessarily to you, but to your subscriber. Because remember, we must meet their need. They've got a problem that they are looking to solve, or they have a need that needs to be met. That's why they're out searching on the internet. That's why they're subscribed into your list. So if you can give them information that meets that need, then you're going to give them information that will keep them engaged, okay? And that's the next thing we're going to learn today, is how to set up a sequence of emails that engage your list, okay? Once we've engaged them, then they will keep looking for emails that come from us. They will keep reading them, and we hold their interest, and ultimately we can then start promoting offers to them at a later date, okay? After that, I'm going to show you how to add paid offers to your email sequence, because this is where you'll start to make your money. Okay? First of all, we've got to give them some valuable free information that meets their need, and I normally do that with a sequence of emails, say 3 to 5 emails first, to show them that I have a genuine interest in them. But after that, I can then start promoting relative offers to them that they would pay for, but which also meets their needs. Okay? Right, so let's get straight into it. We're going to go over to Aweber and go through the process of setting up a sequence of emails. So here I am at my Aweber homepage. I've logged in. Remember, we've created this list, Work at Home 77. Now what we want to do is we want to go to this tab here, Messages. We'll click on that. And you'll remember that we have, the only email we've created so far is this one here. This is our download link and thank you page that the subscriber receives immediately after they have entered their email and hit the submit button. And as you'll see here, that is message 1, and the interval is 0, which means that it is sent immediately. Okay? As we go on down, you'll start to see these intervals change. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here how we can go out and get some good information to place in our email. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just click New Plain Text Message, and we'll let that start loading. Now, while that's loading, I'm going to show you some pages that I searched out, okay? Now, I was thinking, if you remember, we have sent our ebook off to our subscriber, and that is all about learning how to write articles, okay? Because if they can write good articles, then those articles can be sold to web owners who are looking for really good quality content. So the person who is subscribed into our list wants to know, okay, I'm not the world's best article writer. They want to find some information out that will improve what they do. If they can do that, then that increases their chances of getting selected by web owners, and of course ultimately that increases their income. So if we help them to do that, we are solving their problem, and we are also gaining some credibility and trust from our subscriber. So what I did was I went out and I just typed this here in my search browser, article writing tips. Okay, I want to be able to give these guys some good tips. And right at the top, the very top listing was this, top 10 article writing tips. So I clicked that link and I've opened it up here in another page. And this was what came up. Top 10 article writing tips. As it turns out, it's from eZine articles, okay? And this is all about the top 10 article writers, the most viewed article writers, have given one piece of advice when asked the question, what was the best piece of article writing advice you've ever received? They've all given pretty much a one-line comment and their very best tip. Now I thought, okay, that's a fantastic place to start, because my subscriber is looking for advice from people just like this. So what I did is I went through and I copied all this information, okay? Went through and said, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put that into an email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my desktop, because I've already copied this into a Word document. I'm going to click on my work at home folder, and where was that? Autoresponder messages. I'm going to open this Word document up, okay? Now in here is the text that I found inside this article here, okay? So what we'll do is I'm going to paste it into, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it into our new message, and then we'll go through it and have a quick look at what it's all about. So here's my headline, okay? Just up here, message 2, day 2. Here's the headline. Let's copy that. Control C. We'll go back over to Aweber, and we're going to hear it says, this is our new message. Insert subject here. Click in there. Control V. We'll paste that in. Okay. Hi. Here's 10 highly effective article writing tips for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to personalize this. I'm just going to click after hi, put a space there, then I'm going to personalize that. Click this button. I'm going to scroll down and select first name. Okay. So now it's going to say, let's say our subscriber's name is Samantha. It's going to say, hi Samantha, here's 10 highly effective article writing tips for you. Now, if you're Samantha, you're thinking, how do I improve my article writing skills? And then an email arrives, okay, that says, here's 10 highly effective article writing tips for you. Do you think Samantha might be interested in reading that? You'd be pretty right, wouldn't you, if you said yes, because that's going to ultimately help her to get better at writing articles, which affects her bottom line. It gives her more income. So of course she's going to be interested. So the headline gets her to then go and start looking at the rest of the email. So we're going to go down to the next part of the article, and I'm going to go back to my notepad and copy this part here. So here's my article. We're just going to highlight all this from 1 right down to number 10, and I've added a bit of text on the end, which I'll show you in a moment. Copy that, Control C, come back over to our article, we'll paste it in there, Control V. Okay, now let's have a look at what this says. First of all, we're going to, before we go anywhere, we're going to wrap lines. Okay, so see where the text is running out into the grey lined areas here? We just click here and go wrap lines. Okay, what that does is it makes this all compacted and more readable inside 99% of browsers. Right, so I've put here hi. I'll also personalize that. We'll click on personalize again. Okay, it doesn't want to do it. Right, that's interesting. Try that one more time. If it doesn't work, we'll just leave it for now. No, something's not right here. Alright, I'm going to put a space there and I'll try that one more time. Personalize. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Sorry about this, folks. We'll leave that for now. I'll go hi there. Dash, dash, dash. And then I've put a bit of my own spin on this, okay? I've said, when it comes to writing articles, there are some techniques and tactics that the very best writers use, which usually distinguishes them and sets them way above most other writers. So I thought it would be a great idea to survey 10 of the best writers on eZine articles and get their single best tip, then pass that on to you. Here's the question that was asked of each writer. We'll just put a space there. What was the very best piece of article writing advice you ever received? And then it goes on to give their answers. Now, I've left the names of each of these comments, or where the comments were from. I've left that in there, so we're not taking credit away from the article writer. And here are the 10 best tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on down to number 10. Alright? So there's 10 great bits of information that we can send to our subscriber Sam or Samantha. Boom. We've given them something that is of value to them, right? Then I've added at the end, hope you enjoyed these tips and that they inspire you to take action today. Till next time, take care. And then we don't have to put our signature in, because you may remember when we first set this list up in Aweber, we entered our information for our automatic signature. So that's going to add our signature to the bottom of each email. Okay, so we'll just put a couple of lines there. So we've now got the text for our second message in there. All we're going to do is scroll back down here and we're going to hit save. Okay, this message is being saved. Or by the way, I would include personalize. There must be something not quite right in the browser here at the moment, but wherever you can, always personalize the message to the subscriber so that, you know, it will go hi Samantha instead of just hi. It just is a wee bit more personal to them. Okay, so it's saved here because this is all grayed out. Now we're going to click next. Right, this is where we do the timing for our next email to be sent out. As a default, it says here interval. Number 2, which is message number 2, is going to be sent defaulting to 999 days after the previous. Well, of course, we don't want that, so we'll just backspace that out. Now I'm just going to put in there 1. Okay, so what I'm telling this autoresponder to do is that message 2 is going to be sent out 1 day after the previous, which was the thank you email that they received. Okay, you can also, if you wish, set up timed send outs by just clicking on there. Okay, so you might want it to be sent out on Sunday the 3rd, start time and end time between 12 midnight and 3 a.m. So all your emails need to be sent then, but we're not going to set this up. That's a bit more advanced, so we'll just leave that to off. But what we do need to do is go down here and check this box, click tracking. We want them to track clicks on website links in this message. Now, this message doesn't contain any links as yet. Although, having said that, you can put your own links in there if you know how to do it. Put links in there that drive your subscribers from this message back perhaps to your website or to a paid offer. For me, it's a little early to be trying to send paid offers their way, okay? I like to give them free information first to build a bit of rapport with them, okay? And then, after a few messages, because they say in marketing, and internet marketing is just the same, that a person takes about 7 exposures to a person that they don't know before they actually start to recognize who they are, okay? So we need to get in front of our audience 5 to 7 times before they even know and remember us, okay? So if we hit them with 5 bits of good information before we even think about trying to sell them anything, then we're going in the right direction, okay? Because in their mind, they are perceiving that we have some expertise in this field and we're starting to gain some credibility with them. And that is really, really important. You see, what we're doing now, we're not trying to sell, we're learning how to market. And there's a big, big difference, because marketing is all about perception. How people perceive things. If people get the wrong idea from you right off the bat, you are going to have a very, very difficult job changing their perception, because it's already imprinted that first image or that first point of contact from you. So it has to be good right off the get-go. Okay, so remember that you are now involved in marketing, and you can't just expect to go out there and sell. You have to give a bit of yourself, or give them some good information first. Okay, now I'm sorry I've laboured over this a wee bit, but it is vitally important if you want real success in list building. Okay, so we've done all this, we've set our interval to 1, we've checked the box, track clicks. All we now do is click save and exit, and it's loading up there. It should be with us any second now. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so now we've got message 1 sent immediately. We've now got message 2 sent 1 day after. Here's the header here, and if you wish to edit that again, you just click on that link. Alright, now we're going to set up message 3. Okay, now I'm only going to do 2 messages, then I'm going to set up a paid offer. Okay, because you can see where I'm going with this, can't you? And it's totally up to you how many messages you set up your autoresponder to send out. You can send as many or few as you like, but bear in mind these people are on your list, okay? And if you can keep them engaged, you can have them on your list for a very long time. And these are people that you can keep remarketing to. You can send information that helps them, then you can send paid information that also helps them. So that's the beauty of list building, is that you don't have to go out and find new customers all the time, because your customers are sitting on a list, which is just fantastic, allowing you repeat marketing to them. Right, let's get on to the third message. Okay, now what I then done is I went and I searched Google to find a bit more information. Now what this person wants to do, obviously they've got a few tips on how to write with this one, and you can send more tips out if you want, no problem there. I'm just using this as an example. So we've done that. Now I've gone and I've typed in here, get paid to write articles, and these 2 sites right here came up, the top 10 sites where you can get paid to write. So I clicked on that, and then 30 websites that pay you to contribute an article instantly. So I clicked on that, and I've opened those 2 sites up, and here we are. Here's the top 10 sites where you get paid to write. Now this is some good information for our subscriber. Again, you know, this goes into detail about all these different content sites that our subscriber could post a bit of content to and get paid to do it. Postjoint.com, hirewriters.com, ghostbloggers.net, blogging.org, okay, associated content. You know, the list goes on down here. In fact, there was more than 10. I think there might have even been 12. So once again, I've copied this content. Now, I'm not suggesting again to you to plagiarize this. You can put your own spin on it, but I'm just copying it directly and pasting it into my email and leaving all these links in it, so that the person who put this bit of content up will get some form of reward if there's a purchase made of it. At the moment, I'm not trying to sell, I just want good information, so I'm not trying to do the writer of this article out of anything. Okay, so I've copied that and I've pasted that into my notepad here, which is called message number 3. Then I went over to this site, and it was 30 websites. It says here, what's the title? There we are, right there. There's just a young fella writing here, but he's obviously a good writer. 30 websites that pay you to contribute an article instantly. And I thought to myself, that's interesting. 30 websites. Okay, what I can do is I can break that up into 10 sites, so 3 lots of 10, and then I can send 3 different messages, okay? And each message can have 10 of the sites listed on them. So that gives me my first article that we've just set up. Then my second one is going to be the top 10 websites. And then my third, fourth, and fifth bit of content to my subscriber is going to be these 30 sites, okay? So suddenly I've got 5 emails that have each got valuable content in them that I'm sending to my subscriber. And after that, I would then go out and set up a paid offer to send them. So let's go back to our notepad, and we're going to set up message number 3. Okay, here's my headline. check these out. I'll copy that. We'll go back over to Aweber right here, and we're going to insert that into our subject line. Control V, and right here where I've put name in brackets, that's a placeholder for me. I'm going to personalize that. First name, yes. Okay, check these out, Samantha, the top 40 sites where you can get paid to write. Okay, then I'm going to go down here, text. We'll select all this text here, go right down. Once again, I've added a bit of my own text at the bottom. So this is where I stopped, and underneath you can see message for day 4. That's the next message. So I'll copy that, Control C. We'll go back over and paste that in, Control V. Now we just need to do a wee bit of tidy up and editing of our text here. So we're going to click wrap lines again. Okay, shorten them all up. Then I'm going to, in this placeholder, see if we can enter and personalize it a bit. If not, well, so be it. I think what you can do, folks, is if it's not personalizing, you can, or doing it, you can just go up and click refresh. Now I'm not going to do it here, because if I do, I'm going to lose all this text because I haven't saved the message yet. But what you can do is go down here. Once you've pasted that in, you would click save, then you would go up and refresh the page, then try the personalize again. Right, so I've started the third message off saying, hope you enjoyed the top 12 article writing tips I sent you yesterday. Today I'd like to share with you some great sources that I found where you can start publishing articles and actually get paid to do it. The first 12 are article and content sites where you can write about pretty much any topic and earn on a revenue share basis. The next 30 sites, I'll send you 10 per day over the next 3 days, are real specialty content sites, but these are the sites that pay big bucks. Now, ding, I'm sure our subscribers' ears would prick up at that. These sites pay upwards of $25 to $50, $75 to $100, even up to $300 for a high quality article. But like I said, these are specialized topics. However, oops, a bit of text missing there. If you know a little bit about these topics, then you can earn some very nice cash. Okay, now this is for real, folks. This is not making it up. According to this gentleman here, I've copied it directly out of there, and look, this is what he is saying that some of these sites are paying. This one here, Audio Toots, can easily make $50 by contributing a quick tip to Audio Toots. Okay, like I said, these are specialized sites. But if our subscriber has a wee bit of knowledge about this, what's to stop them going out writing an article about PSD tutorials and earning $50 to $150? Nothing at all, is there? So we can show them this. What they do with it is totally up to them. So now we'll just quickly scroll down to the bottom. I've put a little bit of my text here again. Check them out. I'm sure there's something in there that would suit you perfectly. Again, till tomorrow, take care, and then it will insert my signature here. Okay, so I'm sure you're getting the idea of what we do when we are setting up an email. So that's our second email. Now we're just going to go down here. We're going to save that one, and it's grayed out, so that means it's finished saving. We'll click next. Once again, we want to change the timing on this send out. So backspace that out, and I'm going to go 1 day. So we want message 3 to be sent 1 day after the previous. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 messages, boom, 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 1 a day. Then I might have a gap, and then I'll send a paid offer to them. Okay. We'll check this box again, track clicks, and then we're going to just click save and exit. Okay. So you would just carry on building up your sequence of emails as you see fit. Here we are, message 1, 2, and 3. Here's the intervals that they're going to be sent out in. Here's our link. We've got our click tracking on, and we can do a test over here. All right. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you, so assuming that we'd put, say, 5 emails of free information. Now we want to send out a paid offer. So we'll just go here. New plain text message, and we're just going to load that up ready to go on our next video. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do this one, how to set up a paid offer email in the next video. Okay, that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll show you how to find relevant and related products that you can promote to your list and start making money. And then we're going to go back to Aweber and we're going to create an email with a link in it, okay? That, of course, completely free of charge. Hit the like button, share it with your friends and family. I'll send you the next video tomorrow. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Take care.